Sumin's phone clattered to the floor. Not because she dropped it. Because Joon slapped it out of her hand so hard it shattered against the hallway wall. "You don't get to threaten my daughter," he said, his voice low and dangerous in a way Zara had never heard before. "Not anymore." Sumin's smile didn't waver. "Your daughter? She's my daughter too. And if I want to take her somewhere you'll never find her, there's nothing you can do to stop me." "Actually," a voice said from behind them, "there is." They all turned. Minji was standing at the end of the hallway, flanked by two men in dark suits. But she wasn't looking at Sumin. She was looking at Joon. "You lied to me," Minji said. "You told me Camila was dead." Joon didn't flinch. "I did. For 2 years, I've been investigating a murder that never happened. I've spent millions on lawyers, private investigators, forensic experts. All while you knew the truth." "Yes." "Why?" "Because I don't trust you, Mother. I never have." The words hung in the air like a slap. Zara watched Minji's face, waiting for the explosion of anger, the punishment that would surely follow such disrespect. But instead, Minji smiled. It was a cold smile, sharp as a knife. "Smart boy," she said. "You're finally learning." She shifted her gaze to Sumin. "But you, my dear daughter-in-law, made a critical mistake tonight." "Did I?" "You showed your hand too early. The photograph of Camila. The threats against Yuna. You revealed that you've been monitoring Joon's communications, tracking his contacts, invading his privacy. That's stalking. Harassment. In some contexts, it could even be considered conspiracy to commit kidnapping." Sumin laughed. "You can't prove any of that." "Can't I?" Minji pulled out her own phone. "I've been recording this entire conversation. Your threats against a 3-year-old child. Your admission that you have photographs of a woman in Brazil, which means you've been surveilling her across international borders. Your confession that you intend to take Yuna somewhere her father can't find her. Would you like me to play it back?" Sumin's composure finally cracked. Just a little. Just enough for Zara to see the panic underneath. "This is entrapment," Sumin said. "This is evidence. There's a difference." Minji nodded to the two men beside her. "Gentlemen, please escort Mrs. Kwan to the car. We're going to have a very long conversation about what happens next." The men moved forward. Sumin stepped back, her eyes darting between the exits, calculating her chances. "You can't do this," she said. "I have rights. I'll call my lawyer. I'll call the police." "Please do. I'm sure they'll be very interested in the contents of your laptop. The one you thought was encrypted. The one my people accessed this morning while you were buying groceries." Minji's smile widened. "You've been a busy woman, Sumin. Offshore accounts. Fake identities. Plans to leave the country with Yuna. And, most interesting of all, a very detailed journal about your attempt to poison Camila 2 years ago." Zara felt the world tilt. Sumin had documented her own crime? "You're bluffing," Sumin said, but her voice had lost its certainty. "Am I? Then let me read you an entry. October 15th, 2 years ago. Gave her 3 pills dissolved in wine. Joon won't find her until morning. By then it will be too late. Problem solved." Minji looked up. "Would you like me to continue?" Sumin ran. She bolted toward the stairs, moving faster than Zara would have thought possible in bare feet. But she didn't make it 3 steps before one of Minji's men caught her arm, spinning her around and restraining her with the practiced efficiency of someone who had done this many times before. "Let me go!" Sumin screamed. "You have no right. I'll sue you. I'll destroy all of you. You're welcome to try." Minji walked closer, her heels clicking against the floor with the rhythm of a countdown. "But first, we're going to sit down like civilized people and discuss the terms of your surrender. You're going to sign divorce papers. You're going to relinquish all custody of Yuna. You're going to disappear from our lives quietly and permanently. And in exchange, I won't hand this evidence over to the police. You can't prove I wrote that journal. Anyone could have planted it. Perhaps. But combined with the recording I just made, the testimony of your husband, the medical records from Brazil that show Camila arrived there with enough sleeping pills in her system to kill a horse, and the statement she's prepared to give, I think we have more than enough for a conviction. Minji leaned in close. You're going to prison, Sumin. The only question is for how long. Sign the papers, and maybe you'll be out in time to have some kind of life left. Refuse, and I'll make sure you never see daylight again. Zara watched this all unfold like she was watching a movie. None of it felt real. Minji had known everything. She had been 10 steps ahead the entire time. The investigation, the phone she gave Zara, the plan to spy on Sumin, all of it had been theater. A distraction while Minji's real team did the actual work. You used me, Zara said. Minji turned to her. I gave you an opportunity. What you did with it was your choice. You knew Sumin would find the phone. You wanted her to. I needed her to feel overconfident. People make mistakes when they think they've already won. Sumin's mistake was threatening my granddaughter on camera. Joon stepped forward. Where is Yuna? Is she safe? She's in Korea with your father. Surrounded by security. Sumin was never going to get anywhere near her. And Camila? Is on a plane from Brazil as we speak. She'll be here in 14 hours. She's agreed to testify in exchange for protection and compensation for her suffering. Joon's face transformed. Relief, disbelief, something close to joy washed over him. You're bringing her here? I'm bringing her back to finish what Sumin started. This ends tonight, Joon. All of it. The marriage. The threats. The lies. You're going to be free. He looked like he might cry. Or collapse. Or both. Zara took a step back. I need to go. Everyone turned to look at her. What? Joon said. I need to leave. This is, whatever this is, I'm not part of it. This is your family. Your drama. Your nightmare. I was just the fool who flew across an ocean for a man who didn't exist. Zara, please. Don't. She held up her hand. Don't say my name like that. Don't look at me like I'm the one you've been waiting for. You have a daughter. You have an ex-wife who tried to kill your girlfriend. You have a mother who manipulates everyone around her like chess pieces. You have Camila coming back, the woman you loved enough to fake her death. You don't need me. You never did. That's not true. Isn't it? Tell me, Joon. When you were planning all of this, when you were hiding Camila in Brazil and lying to your mother and setting up whatever twisted game you've been playing, did you ever, even once, think about me? Did you ever think about what would happen to me when I showed up at your door? The silence was her answer. That's what I thought. She picked up her suitcase from where she had left it by the elevator. I'm going home. Wait. Minji's voice cut through the air like a blade. You can't leave yet. Watch me. You signed a contract. 1 month in exchange for payment. It's been 4 days. Sue me. I'm broke anyway. You won't get anything. It's not about the money. It's about the principle. A deal was made. You agreed to terms. Zara walked right up to Minji, close enough to see the older woman's eyes widen slightly in surprise. You want to talk about principles? You lied to me. You used me as bait. You put me in danger so you could get what you wanted. Your son lied to me for 14 months. His wife tried to manipulate me into helping her destroy him. Every single person in this hallway has treated me like I'm disposable. Like I don't matter. Like my feelings, my safety, my life are just collateral damage in your family war. Her voice rose. So no. I'm not staying. I'm not playing. I'm done. She turned and pressed the elevator button. It opened immediately, like it had been waiting for her. She stepped inside. Zara. Joon moved forward, but Minji caught his arm. Let her go, Minji said quietly. No. I can't. Not like this. You don't have a choice. She's right. We used her. All of us. The kindest thing you can do now is let her leave with some dignity. The elevator doors started to close. Joon wrenched free from his mother's grip and lunged forward, his hand catching the door, forcing it open. Please, he said. Just listen. For 2 minutes. Please. Zara stared at him. Every instinct told her to push his hand away, let the doors close, escape this nightmare while she still could. But something in his eyes stopped her. Desperation. Real, raw desperation. 2 minutes, she said. He stepped into the elevator. The doors closed behind him, sealing them in together. Before I continue this story, I need you to do something for me. Hit that subscribe button and tap the notification bell so you don't miss what happens next, because trust me, this conversation is going to change everything. Drop a like on this video and comment below with the time and location you're watching from. I love seeing where my subscribers are tuning in from, whether it's midnight in Miami or breakfast time in Boston. Let me know you're here with me. Now let's get back to Zara and Joon, alone in that elevator, about to have the most honest conversation they've ever had. Joon hit the emergency stop button. The elevator lurched to a halt between floors. What are you doing? Zara demanded. Making sure you can't run before I finish talking. That's kidnapping. It's 2 minutes. You promised. She crossed her arms. Fine. Talk. He took a breath. When he spoke, his voice was steady, but his hands were shaking. I never told you about Yuna because I was ashamed. Not of her. Of myself. Of the fact that I brought a child into this disaster. She deserves better than me. Better than this family. Better than a father who's too weak to protect her from her own mother. Joon. Let me finish. Please. He ran his hand through his hair. You're right. I didn't think about what would happen when you showed up. I didn't think past my own desperation to have something good in my life. I was selfish. I was cruel. I told myself I loved you, but love isn't supposed to hurt people. Love isn't supposed to put them in danger. Then why did you ask me to come? Because I'm a coward. Because I thought if I could just see you, just touch you, just prove to myself that you were real, then maybe I could find the courage to do what I should have done years ago. Leave. Take Yuna and run and never look back. But you didn't. No. Because running doesn't solve anything. It just moves the problem somewhere else. I know that now. I should have known it 2 years ago when I hid Camila instead of fighting for her. I should have known it when I married Sumin instead of refusing. I should have known it when I sent you that first message on that app instead of staying away from you like I should have. Zara felt something crack in her chest. Why did you send that first message, I mean? Out of all the people on that app, why me? Because you laughed at my terrible English. Because you didn't treat me like I was supposed to be perfect. Because when I talked to you, for the first time in my entire life, I felt like I could breathe. He stepped closer. I know you don't believe me. I know I don't deserve your belief. But I need you to know that every word I ever said to you was true. I do love you. I did want a life with you. I just didn't know how to build it without destroying everything else first. And now? Now I'm going to fix this. I'm going to divorce Sumin. I'm going to get full custody of Yuna. I'm going to cut ties with my mother and everyone else who thinks people are just pieces to be moved around a board. And I'm going to let you go, because that's what you deserve. Freedom. A fresh start. A man who doesn't come with a list of catastrophes attached. He reached past her and pressed the button to restart the elevator. It lurched into motion. "When we get to the ground floor," he said, "you're going to walk away. And I'm not going to follow you. I'm going to let you leave. But before you do, I need you to know something." The elevator dinged. Ground floor. The doors opened. "What?" Zara asked. "You saved me. You didn't mean to. You didn't try to. But knowing you existed, knowing there was someone in the world who saw me as more than my family name or my money or my obligations, that's what gave me the strength to stop running. So thank you. For being brave enough to cross an ocean. For being strong enough to walk away. For being you." He stepped out of the elevator and walked toward the exit without looking back. Zara stood there, her suitcase in her hand, watching him go. She should leave. She should walk out the opposite door, find a taxi, go to the airport, and never think about this nightmare again. But her feet weren't moving. Her grandmother's voice echoed in her head. "Baby girl, there's two kinds of strength in this world. The strength to stay and the strength to leave. Don't ever let anyone tell you one matters more than the other. You gotta know which one is right for which moment." Was this a leaving moment or a staying moment? Joon pushed open the lobby door. He was going to disappear into the Los Angeles night, and she would never see him again. "Wait," Zara called out. He stopped. Turned around. "I'm not doing this for you," she said, walking toward him. "I'm not staying because I forgive you or because I think we're going to ride off into the sunset together. I'm staying because there's a little girl upstairs who deserves to know that women can be strong and smart and unwilling to run when things get hard. And there's a woman flying in from Brazil who deserves to see the man who saved her actually fight for himself. And there's a monster in designer clothes who needs to face consequences for once in her privileged life." She stopped in front of him. "But mostly, I'm staying because I flew 6,000 miles, and I'm not going home until I get what I came for." "What did you come for?" "Answers. Real ones. About who you are when you're not hiding behind a screen. About whether the man I fell in love with actually exists or if he was just a fantasy you sold me." Joon stared at her. "And if he's a fantasy? Then I'll know. And I can close that chapter and move on. But if he's real, even a little bit real, then maybe we can figure out what happens next. Together? Don't push your luck." "I said I'm staying. I didn't say I'm staying with you." For the first time since she arrived in Los Angeles, he smiled. Really smiled. The same smile she had fallen in love with through a screen, but warmer now. More real. "Fair enough," he said. They walked back into the building together. The hallway was empty. Minji, Sumin, and the security guards were gone. Only a shattered phone on the floor remained as evidence that anything had happened at all. "Where did they go?" Zara asked. "Knowing my mother? Somewhere with lawyers and contracts and enough paperwork to bury someone alive." Joon pulled out his own phone and checked it. "She wants us to meet her at the main house. Says we need to be there when Sumin signs the divorce papers. Do you want to go?" "I need to. This ends tonight, remember? All of it. Then let's go end it." They took a taxi to the mansion. The same mansion where Zara had met Minji what felt like a lifetime ago. It looked different now. Less intimidating. More like what it actually was, just a big house full of people playing power games. Minji was waiting for them in the study. Sumin was there too, seated in one of the leather chairs, flanked by the two security guards. She looked smaller somehow. Diminished. The bathrobe was gone, replaced by jeans and a t-shirt. Her hair was pulled back. She wasn't wearing makeup. She looked like a person instead of a villain. "Joon," she said when she saw him. "Please. Tell her I didn't mean it. Tell her I was just angry." "You tried to kill Camila," Joon said flatly. "I made a mistake. I was desperate. The marriage was suffocating me. You were talking about leaving. I panicked. You put pills in her drink and left her to die. I didn't think. Exactly. You didn't think. You didn't think about Camila. You didn't think about what it would do to me. You didn't think about Yuna growing up wondering why her father killed himself from grief. You only thought about yourself. Sumin's face crumpled. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Please don't send me to prison. Please. Minji stepped forward, placing a stack of papers on the desk between them. This is your choice, Sumin. Sign these papers, agree to the terms, and you walk away. Your family keeps their reputation. You keep your freedom. We'll even give you enough money to start over somewhere far away from here. Refuse, and we press charges. Attempted murder. Stalking. Fraud. Conspiracy. You'll spend the next 20 years in an American prison. What are the terms? Sumin asked, her voice barely a whisper. Full divorce. No alimony. No child support. You relinquish all parental rights to Yuna. You agree to never contact Joon or anyone in this family again. You return to Korea within 48 hours and stay there. That's it? You're just letting me go? I'm being practical. A trial would be expensive, time-consuming, and messy. It would hurt Joon. It would hurt Yuna. It would give you a platform to air our family's private business to the world. This way, everyone gets what they need. You get your freedom. We get ours. Sumin looked at Joon. You're really okay with this? After everything I did? I'm okay with never seeing you again. That's all I want. To know that you're gone and you're never coming back. She flinched like he had hit her. Sign the papers, Sumin, Minji said. This is the best offer you're going to get. Sumin picked up the pen. Her hand was shaking. For a moment, Zara thought she might refuse, might choose prison over surrender. But then she pressed the pen to paper and signed. Once. Twice. 3 times. When she was done, Minji collected the papers and handed them to one of the guards. You have 48 hours, Minji said. After that, if you're still in this country, the deal is void. Can I at least say goodbye to Yuna? No. Please. She's my daughter. She was never your daughter. She was a weapon you used against my son. You don't get to say goodbye to weapons when you surrender them. Sumin stood up. She looked at Joon one more time, her eyes searching his face for something. Forgiveness, maybe. Or regret. But he gave her nothing. His expression was blank, empty, already moving past her to whatever came next. I did love you, Sumin said. At the beginning. Before everything got so twisted. I want you to know that. I don't care, Joon said. She left. The security guards followed her out, and then it was just the 3 of them. Minji, Joon, and Zara. Well, Minji said, pouring herself a drink from the crystal decanter. That's done. She'll be on a plane to Korea by morning. The divorce will be finalized within the week. And you, my son, are finally free. Am I? Joon asked. Free from Sumin, maybe. But what about you? Minji raised an eyebrow. What about me? You manipulated this entire situation. You used Zara as bait. You accessed Sumin's computer without her permission. You recorded private conversations. You blackmailed her into signing those papers. I protected my family. You controlled everyone around you like they were puppets. That's not the same thing. Minji took a sip of her drink. You're angry. I understand. But you'll thank me eventually. When Yuna is safe. When you can build a life without looking over your shoulder. When you realize that everything I did was for you. No, Mother. Everything you did was for you. For the family reputation. For the Kwon name. You don't care about my happiness. You never have. That's not true. Isn't it? You arranged my marriage to Sumin without asking what I wanted. You spent 2 years investigating a murder that would have made you look like the victim instead of asking me if I needed help. You brought Zara into this mess without caring about what it would do to her. His voice rose. When was the last time you asked me what I wanted instead of telling me what I needed? Minji set down her glass. Her face was calm, but Zara could see something shifting behind her eyes. Hurt, maybe. Or recognition. What do you want, Joon? She asked quietly. I want you to let me go. Really let me go. No more arrangements. No more manipulations. No more pulling strings behind the scenes. I want to raise my daughter my way. Make my own choices. Live my own life. And if you make mistakes, then they'll be my mistakes. Not yours. The silence stretched between them. Finally, Minji nodded. All right. All right? You're a grown man. If you want to cut ties with your family, with your inheritance, with everything I've built, that's your choice. I won't stop you. Joon looked stunned. You mean that? I mean it. But know this. The world is harder than you think. Being alone is harder than you think. And pride doesn't pay bills or protect children. I'll figure it out. I'm sure you will. She walked to the door, then paused. For what it's worth, I am proud of you. You're stronger than I gave you credit for. She left. Joon stood there, staring at the door like he couldn't quite believe what had just happened. Did she really just let me go? He asked. Sounds like it, Zara said. I thought she would fight harder. Maybe she's tired of fighting. Or maybe she finally heard you. He turned to look at her. You heard all of that. I did. What do you think? I think you just burned down your entire life. Your family. Your inheritance. Your safety net. Everything. Was it stupid? Maybe. Or maybe it was the bravest thing you've ever done. She walked closer. What happens now? Now I wait for Camila to arrive. I thank her for being willing to come back. I make sure she's compensated and protected. And then I figure out how to be the father Yuna deserves. And me? Where do I fit in all of this? He looked at her for a long moment. Where do you want to fit? Now I need to pause right here and ask you something. What do you think Zara should do? Should she walk away and go home to Baltimore? Should she stay and see what happens with Joon? Or is there another option I haven't even mentioned yet? Drop your thoughts in the comments right now. I read every single one, and I genuinely want to know what you think is going to happen next. Because Zara's answer is going to surprise all of us. Zara thought about the past 4 days. The heartbreak. The revelations. The danger. The way she had been used by everyone around her. But she also thought about Joon's face when he talked about his daughter. The way he had stopped the elevator to tell her the truth. The way he had stood up to his mother for the first time in his life. I don't know yet, she said honestly. I came here thinking I knew exactly what I wanted. You. A life together. A love story. But that's not what this is. This is complicated and messy and probably going to hurt a lot more before it gets better. So you're leaving? I didn't say that. She took a breath. I'm saying I need time. Time to meet the real you, not the version I created in my head. Time to figure out if what we had online can survive in the real world. Time to see if you're actually ready for a relationship or if you just need someone to help you feel less alone. That's fair. I'm staying in Los Angeles for 2 weeks. I'll find a hotel. Get a part-time job or something to pay for it. And we can, I don't know, date? Like normal people? Coffee. Dinner. Conversations that don't involve murder attempts or divorce papers. I'd like that. But I need you to understand something. I'm not a consolation prize. I'm not second place to Camila. I'm not a rebound or a distraction or a fantasy. If we do this, if we try this for real, you have to be all in. No more lies. No more secrets. No more games. I can do that. Can you? Because your whole life has been games, Joon. Your family. Your marriage. Even the way you started talking to me. You're good at pretending. You're good at saying what people want to hear. But I need to know that when I ask you a question, you'll tell me the truth even if it hurts. He stepped closer. Close enough that she could see the exhaustion in his eyes, the fear, the hope. Ask me a question, he said. What? Right now. Ask me anything. I'll tell you the truth. Zara thought for a moment. There were 1,000 questions she could ask. About Camila. About Sumin. About his daughter. But only one question really mattered. Do you love me? She asked. Really love me? Or do you love the idea of me? He didn't hesitate. I don't know. The answer hit her like cold water. But it was honest. Painfully, brutally honest. I think I love you, he continued. I think what I felt for you during those 14 months was real. But you're right. I don't know if it can survive outside of a screen. I don't know if the person I was with you online is the same person I am in real life. I don't know if I'm capable of being the man you deserve. At least you're honest. That's what you asked for. She smiled. It was a sad smile, but genuine. Yeah. It is. So what now? Now we find out. 2 weeks. Real dates. Real conversations. Real life. And at the end of it, we'll both know if this is something worth fighting for or if it's just two people who met at the wrong time in the worst possible way. And if it's the latter? Then I go home. And you build your life with Yuna. And we both move on knowing we tried. Deal. They shook hands. It was formal, almost silly, but it felt right. A new beginning. A honest one. The door opened. One of Minji's security guards stepped in. Mrs. Kwan wanted me to inform you that a car will take you anywhere you need to go. She's also arranged for a hotel room for Miss Brooks, paid in full for the next month. I don't want her money, Zara said. She anticipated you would say that. She asked me to tell you it's not a gift. It's compensation for the work you did. She hired you for a month. She's paying you for a month. Zara wanted to refuse. But she also knew she had $37 in her checking account and no way to pay for a hotel on her own. Fine, she said. But only for 2 weeks. After that, I'm on my own. The guard nodded and left. My mother likes you, Joon said. Your mother likes people she can control. She couldn't control you. That's why she likes you. Zara picked up her suitcase. The same suitcase she had been carrying around for days. She was so tired of carrying it. Tired of running. Tired of not knowing where she was going. Come on, Joon said. I'll ride with you to the hotel. Make sure you get settled. You don't have to. I know. But we're dating now, right? That's what boyfriends do. They make sure their girlfriends get home safe. You're not my boyfriend. Not yet. But I'm going to try to be. They rode to the hotel in silence. It was a nice hotel. Nicer than anywhere Zara had ever stayed. The room had a king-sized bed, a view of the city, and a bathroom bigger than her bedroom back in Baltimore. Joon stood in the doorway, not quite entering, not quite leaving. Thank you, Zara said. For what? For being honest in there. When I asked if you loved me. You could have lied. It would have been easier. I'm done with easy. Easy is what got me into this mess. Good. She set her suitcase on the bed. I'll text you tomorrow. We can figure out when to get coffee or something. Okay. He turned to leave. Joon. He looked back. I don't know if I love you either. The real you, I mean. But I want to find out. His smile was small, but real. That's all I can ask for. He left. Zara closed the door and leaned against it. She pulled out her phone and called her grandmother. It rang 4 times before she answered. Baby girl? You okay? It's almost midnight here. I know, Grandma. I'm sorry. I needed to hear your voice. What happened? Did that boy hurt you? It's complicated. It always is with men. Tell me. So Zara told her. Everything. The wife. The daughter. The attempted murder. The manipulation. The choice she had made to stay. When she finished, her grandmother was quiet for a long moment. You think I'm crazy, Zara said. I think you're brave. Maybe too brave for your own good. But brave. I don't feel brave. I feel tired. That's what brave feels like, honey. Scared and tired but still standing up. Still choosing to see what happens next instead of running away. What if I'm making a mistake? Then you'll learn from it. But you won't spend the rest of your life wondering what if. And that's worth something. Zara felt tears prick her eyes. I miss you. I miss you too. But you're where you need to be right now. I can feel it. Something important is happening, baby girl. Something that's going to change you. I hope you're right. I'm always right. Now get some sleep. And call me tomorrow. I want to hear about this coffee date. It's not a date. Uh-huh. Sure it's not. Good night, Zara. Good night, Grandma. She hung up and fell onto the bed. The mattress was soft, expensive, nothing like her bed at home. But she was so exhausted that she fell asleep within minutes. She woke to sunlight streaming through the windows and her phone buzzing on the nightstand. A text from Joon. Coffee at 10? There's a place near the hotel that makes terrible coffee but excellent pancakes. I think you'll hate it. Which means it's perfect for a first real date. She smiled and texted back. I'll be there. Another text came through. This one from a number she didn't recognize. Zara. This is Camila. Joon gave me your number. I'm landing in 3 hours. I would very much like to meet you. If you're willing. Zara stared at the message. Camila. The woman who had almost died. The woman who had loved Joon before Zara even knew he existed. She could ignore it. Pretend she never saw it. Avoid the complication. But she had come to Los Angeles for answers. And Camila had some. She texted back. I'm willing. Tell me when and where. The response came immediately. Thank you. Joon is picking me up from the airport. We could meet after. He said there's a park near your hotel. I'll be there. I'm glad. I've wanted to thank you. For what? For making him brave enough to tell the truth. I've been hiding for 2 years. I'm tired of hiding. You helped him see that some things are worth fighting for, even when it's terrifying. So thank you. Zara didn't know how to respond to that. So she just sent a heart emoji and set down her phone. She showered, changed into clean clothes, and went to meet Joon for coffee. The restaurant was exactly as he described. Small, cramped, with coffee that tasted like it had been sitting on the burner for 3 days. But the pancakes were perfect. Fluffy and sweet and exactly what she needed. You were right, she said. I hate the coffee. Told you. But the pancakes are amazing. Also told you. They ate in comfortable silence for a while. Then Joon set down his fork. Camila texted you, he said. She did. How did you know? Because I asked her to. I wanted you to meet her. I wanted you to hear the whole story from someone who isn't me or my mother or Sumin, someone who doesn't have an agenda. That's very mature of you. I'm trying to be better. It's harder than I thought. Good things usually are. After breakfast, they walked to the park. Camila was already there, sitting on a bench near a fountain. She was beautiful, just like Sumin had said. Dark hair, warm eyes, the kind of face that made people want to trust her. She stood when she saw them. Zara, she said. Thank you for coming. Camila. It's good to meet you. Finally. They sat on the bench together while Joon stood nearby, giving them space. I'll tell you everything, Camila said. Everything that happened. Everything I know. And then you can decide if this is something you want to be part of. Okay. So Camila told her story. About falling in love with Joon online. About flying to Los Angeles full of hope. About meeting Sumin and realizing the man she loved was married. About deciding to stay anyway, to fight for him. About Sumin's escalating threats. About the night she drank the wine Sumin gave her and woke up in a hospital in Brazil with Joon holding her hand. I was so angry, Camila said. He saved my life, but he also let me believe we had a future when he knew we didn't. He lied. Just like he lied to you. And for a long time, I hated him for it. And now? Now I understand. He's not a villain. He's just a man who was trapped and made bad choices trying to escape. That doesn't excuse what he did. But it explains it. Why did you agree to come back? To testify? Because Sumin needs to face consequences. And because I'm tired of being a ghost. I want my life back. I want to stop hiding. She looked at Joon. And because he asked me to. And this time, he told me the truth about everything. His daughter. His mother's manipulation. You. He told me everything, and he asked if I would help him end this. How could I say no? Zara looked at Joon. You told her about me? I told her everything. I'm done with secrets. Camila stood. I should go. I have to meet with Minji's lawyers, give my statement, sign about 1,000,000 papers. But Zara, I wanted you to know something. What? Joon is capable of love. Real love. I felt it, even when everything else was falling apart. He's just also capable of fear. And sometimes the fear wins. If you stay, if you give him a chance, you have to be stronger than his fear. You have to be the one who won't let him run. Can you do that? Zara thought about it. Really thought about it. I don't know, she said. But I'm willing to try. Camila smiled. Then he's lucky. Luckier than he deserves. She walked away, leaving Zara and Joon alone in the park. Well, Joon said. That was terrifying. Which part? All of it. Having the two of you meet. Wondering if you'd decide I wasn't worth the trouble. Realizing that my entire future depends on whether you think I'm capable of change. No pressure, though. He laughed. It was a real laugh, surprised and genuine. They sat on the bench together, watching people walk by. Families. Couples. People living normal lives with normal problems. Can I ask you something? Zara said. Always. Why me? Really? Out of everyone in the world, why did you choose me to message that first time? He thought about it. Your profile picture. You were laughing. Really laughing, like you had just heard the funniest joke in the world. And I remember thinking that I wanted to know what that felt like. To laugh like that. To be that free. That's a good answer. It's the truth. They sat in silence for a while longer. Then Zara said, I think we have a chance. A real one. But it's going to take work. A lot of work. I'm ready for that. Are you sure? Because I'm not easy, Joon. I'm stubborn and demanding and I don't forgive easily. I'm going to hold you accountable for every promise you make. I'm going to push you when you try to run. I'm going to make you face things you'd rather avoid. Good. I need that. And I want to meet Yuna. Not today. Not until we're sure this is real. But eventually. I want to know the person who matters most to you. She'd like you. You don't know that. I do. You're exactly the kind of person I want her to learn from. Strong. Honest. Brave. Zara felt warmth spread through her chest. Okay then. Let's try this. For real this time. For real. He took her hand. It was the first time they had really touched, skin to skin, no crisis between them. His hand was warm, slightly rough, human. Real. And for the first time since she landed in Los Angeles, Zara felt like maybe, just maybe, this hadn't been a mistake after all. 2 weeks later, Zara sat in a different park, watching Joon push a 3-year-old girl on a swing. Yuna was beautiful. Bright eyes, infectious laugh, fearless in the way only children can be. Higher, Appa, she squealed. Higher. Joon pushed her higher, his face split in a grin Zara had never seen before. Pure joy. Uncomplicated. He's good with her, Camila said. She had stayed in Los Angeles, working with Minji's legal team to build a case against Sumin. It turned out they had become friends, in a strange way. 2 women who had loved the same complicated man and survived to tell about it. He really is, Zara agreed. You're good for him too. He's different since you came. More honest. More present. We're taking it slow. That's smart. Yuna jumped off the swing mid-arc, landed on her feet, and ran toward them. Did you see me? Did you see how high I went? I saw, Zara said. You were flying. Appa says you're from Baltimore. Is that far? Very far. Are you going back? Zara looked at Joon, who had walked over to join them. He didn't say anything, but she could see the question in his eyes. Not yet, Zara said. I think I'll stay a little longer. Yuna grinned and grabbed her hand. Good. Appa is happier when you're here. And I like when he's happy. Kids had a way of cutting through complexity, of seeing the simple truth beneath all the mess. That night, after Yuna went to bed at Minji's house and Camila left for her hotel, Joon and Zara sat on the steps of the mansion, looking out at the city lights. I talked to my supervisor, Zara said. In Baltimore. I asked for a leave of absence. How long? 6 months. I want to see if this can work. Really work. Not just dates and coffee and avoiding the hard stuff. I want to see if we can build something real. And if we can't? Then I'll go home. And you'll keep being an amazing father. And we'll both know we tried. I want this to work, Zara. More than I've wanted anything. Then make it work. Show up. Be honest. Don't run when things get hard. I can do that. Promise? Promise. She leaned her head on his shoulder. He wrapped his arm around her. And for the first time since she crossed an ocean for love, Zara felt like she was exactly where she was supposed to be. 6 months later, Zara stood in a different apartment. Not Joon's cramped 1-bedroom, but a new place. Bigger. Brighter. With a room for Yuna and space for all of them to breathe. She was painting the kitchen wall yellow. Joon had said it was too bright. She had told him he was wrong. I still think it's too bright, he said, coming up behind her. And I still think you're wrong. Stubborn. You love it. I really do. He kissed her neck. She leaned back into him. Camila called, he said. The case against Sumin is moving forward. She's going to trial next month. Good. She wants to know if you'll testify. About what Sumin said to you that night. About the threats. I will. Whatever she needs. Thank you. Yuna ran into the room, her hands covered in paint. I finished my room. Come see. They followed her down the hall to a room that was now covered in handprints of every color. It's beautiful, Zara said. You helped. I did. We made a good team. Yuna threw her arms around Zara's waist. I'm glad you stayed. Me too, sweetheart. Me too. That night, after Yuna was asleep and the paint was drying and the chaos had settled into quiet, Joon found Zara on the balcony. I love you, he said. The real you. Not the idea of you. Not the fantasy. You. She turned to face him. I love you too. Despite everything. Because of everything. I love you. Thank you for crossing an ocean. Thank you for being worth it. He kissed her. And she kissed him back. And somewhere in Baltimore, Zara's grandmother smiled, knowing that her baby girl had found exactly what she needed. Not perfection. Not a fairy tale. But something real. Something honest. Something worth fighting for. And that was enough. Before I go, I need you to hit that subscribe button right now. This story is finished, but there are so many more coming. Stories about women who refuse to give up. Stories about love that survived the impossible. Stories that will make you feel everything. Turn on notifications so you're the first to know when the next one drops. Drop a like on this video and comment below telling me what you thought of Zara's journey. Did she make the right choice? Would you have stayed or left? I want to hear from you. Thank you for being here with me. Thank you for caring about Zara and Joon and their complicated, messy, beautiful story. Until next time, remember, sometimes the bravest thing you can do is stay when everything is telling you to run. And sometimes, just sometimes, that bravery leads to exactly where you're supposed to be.